welcome back to the podcast. I hope you're doing well. Delighted to have you with us for the next course of a half an hour or so as we talk about the prospect of Manchester United winning the Europa League, their game against LASK, which is really null and void. It's basically a bye. And then we'll get Molota's thoughts on the Jadon Sancho transfer, the developments, and how important he will be. And also, to end off the show, we'll just talk about whether or not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should play a strong team in this tournament. So do stay tuned, do hit that like button, and do subscribe if you are new. Gentlemen, first things first, on this somber Tuesday afternoon where nothing has really happened, how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling good, you know. I wouldn't say nothing has happened because obviously there's been big developments in Jadon Sancho.
Yeah,
so that
as a United fan, there's never a day where there's nothing. But I mean, it's been relatively calm compared to the rest.
Yeah, we've been less busy, obviously. But yeah, I'm good. I think I needed this break as much as the boys. I'll be honest with
you. Yeah. And Rick, how are you feeling, blood?
I'm feeling good. It's all good. It's refreshing to see United move at a considerable pace with transfers. So that's been fun to watch. And the fact that we're going into this Europa League without the pressure of Champions League is also relaxing. So it's all good.
Yeah, and look, as a Manchester United fan, you never really run out of things to talk about. That's why we love this club. I mean, we love this club on the pitch, but we also love this club off the pitch because in the summer, which is actually winter for us because we're in Africa, but in the summer, it's brilliant. Like, there's a different energy around transfers, you know. I don't think maybe people from other sports understand, but I don't think most people understand the hype around transfers, not just the Jadon Sancho transfer, but every window, it's a different energy, you know. And I just want to get your thoughts on what you think of Manchester United. What do you think Manchester United are realistically going to get this transfer window in terms of signings, and how quickly we'll get them done?
Sorry, is this me you're asking, or both of us?
Yeah, both of you. Sorry, both of you.
I mean,
you can go first, though.
Emilio can go first.
Okay. Look, ideally, I would have liked at least Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho, but the price that they're asking for Jack Grealish just seems a bit ridiculous. So, with the hype around Sancho and developments, it seems like we'll get him and we will be playing a lot. So that might hinder our other transfers. So, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the only player we signed.
We might sign Gabriel for a cheeky 27 mil. We might sign Gabriel. We might sign Torres if that falls apart, you know, for a cheeky 20-30 mil. You never know. Plus Sanchez is moving on.
Sanchez is moving on.
You never know.
What is the story on Gabriel? I haven't heard much.
So, just a quick update for everybody watching the show, as well as Reta. Gabriel's representatives are in England at the moment, meeting with two mysterious clubs. Obviously, one of them is Manchester United. The other one is reportedly Everton. Yeah, it's reportedly Everton, but we don't actually know because there's no conclusive evidence. But yeah, it's basically United and Everton. Gabriel is 23 years old. I believe he's 6'3" or 6'4". He's a pacey, left-footed centre-back who isn't really... He's obviously not Premier League proven, but he isn't really a star yet. I think he's a star in the making and has the potential to break through and have a really good breakthrough season next to someone like Maguire Lindelof. So that's the update. And then the guy we're looking for, or we're linked to, we're not actually in talks with him, but we're linked to Pau Torres from Villarreal in the La Liga. So there you go. Yeah, look, what do you think?
He sounds perfect for United, but I think it's just one of those transfers United gets linked to because it's United. If a player's in England and looking for a club, he's going to be linked to United. I remember a few years ago when we were linked to the Everton guy. I think he's a striker from Brazil. And it was never going to happen. But just because it's United, he'll be linked to it. He'll be linked to Saul. So we always get linked to these mysterious players because...
Yeah. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. But the difference with this is there's actually credible people who are saying he's representatives of meeting with United. So it's not like one of those weird dead transfer rumors. Like, I think it's common knowledge that we're actually in for Gabriel. Like, I think this is one of the safe ones, you know. But, you know, don't take my word for
it. In that case, he sounds perfect for us because it's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
So, I'd hope, like, anything that counts with Sancho would be a bonus, honestly. Because with the current pandemic and with the amount of money we're playing for Sancho, I'd be good if we could sign him. I would be excited if we sign more because we'll be taking a step forward towards a big top of England. But like it's hard to see us make a lot of signings.
Yeah, and Shawnee, we'll get your thoughts in a bit, but honestly, just to respond to that, I think, look, Manchester United definitely do need to sign more players, and I think we will. I think we will get Jadon Sancho. I think Chris Smalling will move on this summer. I think Alexis Sanchez might go, and he might actually go for free, which is to some fans disappointing. But to me, you know what, fam? I'll take a bag of peanuts for Alexis Sanchez. We remove those wages. So the point I'm trying to make is I think we'll get Gabriel, I think we'll get Sancho, and then I think we could still get one more. Obviously, it's United. You never know with Woodward and the Glazers, but based on our last transfer window, I think with the trend that's going on, clubs paying installments, swap deals, and all that sort of thing, I think in this market, it's very possible that United could sign 3 or 4 players, but we'll just have to wait and see because the only credible links at the moment are Sancho, Grealish, and Gabriel. Everything else is dead. Even Jimenez is dead.
I feel like we desperately need a 10 who's going to sit on the bench because I feel it's ridiculous that we're now being priced out of Grealish and then we're not going to sign anyone there. Like, I know it's him we want and maybe they want to wait, but if Bruno gets injured, we're back at square one next season, playing Pereira and Lingard in the 10. So I really don't want to see that. So we haven't been linked to anyone, but I'd like to see a deal happen in the midfield.
Definitely. Shawnee, what do you have to say about that?
I think realistically, I see Sancho and Sancho only. Obviously, I would be heavily disappointed because obviously I'll be excited for Jadon Sancho. It's Jadon Sancho as a United fan. Now, why wouldn't you be so excited? But everyone knows who I want. Everyone knows who would be my signing of the summer. And it's like Malota said, Jack Grealish. Like, I cannot emphasize how much United actually do need someone like Jack Grealish. I think, again, he's the perfect player for United. And I think Oli and Manchester United really want Jack Grealish. So they could even wait. I think if Aston Villa told him a year or something, I could see United even waiting for someone like Jack Grealish. But for me, I think if we get Jack Grealish and Sancho, that for me is like one of the best windows you can have. Obviously, we need more still, but that's a bit asking for a lot now. When you get Sancho and Grealish, and then you still want someone else.
Well, all I will say with regards to Jack Grealish, right? And you can give me your thoughts about this, but there's 2 things we definitely know about the deal with Jack Grealish. Is number one, Jack Grealish is playing in a side that's not going to spend a whole bunch of money over the next few years, especially with the pandemic. But even ignore COVID, Villa were never building a team around Jack Grealish because they're a side that's facing relegation and trying to survive every season. So that's number one. Number 2, we know that Jack Grealish has hinted towards wanting to move to a bigger club. We know that if it wasn't for this market, other teams like maybe Chelsea would be in for Jack Grealish. So I don't think waiting is an option for Manchester United, because if Manchester United have to get into a race with another team, especially if that team is Chelsea, because if they don't get Havertz, you best believe they'll be in for Grealish. I don't see us winning it. They're getting strongly linked to Arsenal, which I think is a joke, but you never know in football. Things can change very quickly within a few weeks. And I don't want to be one of those cocky United fans who writes Arsenal off, because maybe they'll pay 80 million in installments over the next 3 seasons, like we're doing with Sancho. So you never know. But yeah, I don't think waiting's an option for United. I think if they're going to get Grealish, it has to be now.
I find the waiting game to be stupid, honestly, because I understand Grealish is a really good player, but he's not bigger than Manchester United. There's a lot of players who can fix our problem right now. They just need to go and scout them. Because if we wait, we're routing off a season basically. Because if Bruno Fernandes gets injured, it's done. Any aspirations we have are done. So something needs to happen.
We'll see. Manchester United have definitely turned a lot of eyes with how quickly they've moved in the Sancho deal. And I think the Sancho deal will get done a lot quicker than a lot of people expect. I think the Gabriel deal won't take long either, because he's very, very, very cheap and he's very, very, very young. And I think that relies on where he wants to go. I don't know why you would choose Everton over Champions League football, over being a left-sided centre-back next to Harry Maguire, over the wages at Old Trafford. Wages. People forget that we can outpay anyone, not in terms of transfer fee, but in terms of wages. Manchester United, whatever you think of us, we're not scared to give a player ridiculous wages.
No, I've seen it happen before. Maybe we weren't that linked heavily as much for Yerry Mina, but I remember it was a signing everybody expected us to do. Like the guy who plays for Colombia was at Barcelona. Everybody's like, he's going to United, and we took forever to do the deal, and Everton beat us to it. So I just hope we get our shit together, get these deals.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to sit on the bench for 6 years waiting for United to send you a contract, or do you want to play?
I think that will be key in the whole defender transfer is that if he comes to United, he's going to ask, like, am I going to actually play football, or am I going to still sit on the bench behind Lindelof or like behind Maguire? So
Yeah.
and then
And even
Everton, obviously,
beyond,
I think Everton will tell him you'll play your first team. So.
definitely. I just meant even beyond that. Like if Manchester United take 2 months to do this deal and Everton send him a contract in the next 2 weeks, is he really going to put his career on hold to wait for United when United might not even do the deal? That's what I meant. But yeah. The point about him sitting on the bench is valid. I think Manchester United are looking for a left-sided centre-back to solve their problems. So I think personally it's a no-brainer that he'll come and play, but it's up to him to hit the ground running. He can't start off slow and be sluggish and take 10 or 15 games to get back into the pace of things, because we all know how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is like. If he promotes Lindelof and Maguire and they get 3 or 4 clean sheets, it's done. They're not getting rested until they need to. So it's going to be interesting. I personally think we will. This deal is a genuine deal that will happen if Gabriel wants to come to us. I think it's up to him, because I don't know. I have this weird sense of faith in United because of how small the deal is and how low key it is. We tend to do well in deals when we're the only big team in 4-player. But But anyways, we move on. This show is meant to be about the Europa League primarily. So, Rita, what do you think the importance of the Europa League is for Manchester United? Because we obviously haven't been on the show for a while. Just want to kind of get your thoughts. What do you think the importance is, and what do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got to do in terms of his team selection dilemma over the next 4 games, assuming we make the final?
Yeah, no, winning the Europa League is not as important as it would have been if we went in the Champions League, of course, but it's a step forward. Like, if we win this, it solidifies what we're doing. We're clearly going in the right direction. If we made top 4 and you won a trophy, and the players already have faith in him, but that will increase. The fans, we've been a bit divided over Ole, but it'll just bring a lot of unity at the club because we won a trophy, and a trophy can do that. And yeah, it needs to happen for the morale.
100%. Shoni, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Mlota. I don't think it would have been as important as if we didn't get Champions League, but I still want to win it. I think Ole is going to take it very seriously, and again, it'll be a trophy for the season, and it's probably arguably the 3rd biggest trophy you could win behind the Champions League and Premier League. You know, your league title, that obviously the FA Cup, but you know, it's a European Cup, so it's quite a serious trophy, and it will give you Champions League football if you haven't already got it. So I would take it seriously. I think this team needs it, but in terms of the last game coming up, if I was Ole, I'd take the absolute piss. Like, you know, we've got 5-0 up. You know, for this game at least, take the absolute piss. Play whoever you want to play. Play the youth players. Up front, we'll get into the predicted 11, but up front, you know, you'll just be more blended. But then after that, I think maybe make a blended team after that. It's like 3-4 games after that. So yeah, I'd take it very seriously. But for the last game, I'll take the absolute piss.
So who are you saying then is going to play in the 3 games beyond that? Sorry, Rita, but like, who do you think is going to play in the 3 games beyond that? Because you talk about a blended team. Do you see Bruno starting 2 out of 3 and then perhaps Pogba playing the 1? Or
I think
what are you thinking?
One between Bruno and Pogba, I think, will always play, and I think Martial will play, and obviously Greenwood will play. I think those guys will play, and then probably Maguire and Wan-Bissaka if it gets serious. And if we make the final, Oli probably, I don't know if he will play Romero because he does like De Gea, and you know, as split as De Gea is, I think he will pick De Gea if the going gets tough.
Yeah, I know. At first, I was all for the resting thing, but then Marcus made a point last time. It's just 3 games, so really, just play the whole lot and let us go win the competition in style. That's how I feel right now.
It's basically preseason as well, because there's going to be no preseason due to the pandemic. So in a way, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. The players will get 1 week off. And as Shawnee talked about the game being null and void, if we don't play a strong team tomorrow, that's an extra week off for the players who don't play tomorrow, plus the week they've just got. 2 weeks preseason, then into the Premier League. I think it works. I think it works.
And there's some good teams like Leverkusen, Wolves, Inter. So honestly, I don't trust Lingard and Pereira against those teams. So I think we might need to play a decent squad.
I think we've got a nice bracket, though. I think the only worry we have is the final against Inter Milan, and obviously someone can correct me. But yeah, true. I don't disrespect the teams on our side of the bracket either, because I just think 90 minutes after a pandemic, you just never know. We saw it with the Premier League. Teams like Chelsea and Leicester, the massive drop-off. I know they had injuries, but the massive drop-off. Sheffield, how long it took them to get back into form. Wolves were a bit iffy, so very few teams came out after the pandemic and were able to go on a decent run of form. And if they did, it was always too late, you know.
Plus, I don't even
at
know if
least-
teams like. Sorry to cut you, but I don't even know if teams like LASK and them have been playing. So this could even be their first game. I have no idea.
That's true. I think the French league, if there's any French teams on our side of the bracket, they wouldn't have played because the French league was voided.
Yeah,
The Scottish league was voided. The which other league? Which league is Celtic in? The Portuguese league?
Celtic.
I'm not sure.
Celtic sounds like Scottish or Irish. Yeah. I don't know.
Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of those leagues got voided, but I'm not sure what's happening with the Portuguese league. Anyways, as you can tell, your boy hasn't done his research because I really can't be asked to memorize the teams on our side of the bracket. But I'm pretty sure they haven't really played, and if they have played, they haven't played against the same level of team we've played against.
They've been playing a lot of friendlies to try and make it up, but it's not the same either. And I
It's
feel like
not
they're
the
playing a
same.
United team that's going to be bouncy. It's going to be very confident. So I feel for the teams that are going to go against us.
100%, man, 100%. Do you think what do you think will be the score if we were hypothetically to play Inter Milan in the final? How confident would you be beating them? Would you fancy us?
I'd love
to kick
it.
their ass?
I would love us to kick their ass. I would love our full first team to go out there and absolutely wreck them 3-0 in the final. I would love that.
I think we'll win, but knowing the team we're facing and the manager we're playing, he's going to be very, very defensive, and he's got a couple of weapons up front. So I think we'll beat them. I think we've got more than they have, but I think it'll be like a close 1-0 or 2-1, to be honest.
Well, actually, I wasn't going to talk about this, but reports coming out from a lot of Italian outlets that his job security is in question nowadays. People are even saying the Alexis Sanchez deal might not go through if Conte leaves. I'm not sure if it's leaving due to mutual agreement or just getting sacked, but I don't know if Conte's future
I don't know.
is going to last a few months.
I never understand when
but
things like this happen, because yes, I understand they dropped off. They look like they want to win the league, and they dropped off the third or so now. But like the only reason they were in that position was because of Conte. Before Conte came, they were top 4 at best and mid-table. So I feel like it's a bit unfair. And they need to give them time.
I mean, you never know with these kinds of things. Maybe it's something behind the scenes. You know, maybe he upset someone and they want him out the club, and there was just a lot of business things that we'll never get to know as football fans. But I agree, it's always very odd when a manager does well with the team that was in a considerably poor position based on their history, like Inter Milan, because Inter Milan at some point was a European giant, but they've been irrelevant ever since the famous scandal. I can't even remember what year it was, when all 4 Italian teams got banned in the Champions League. You guys remember that? Like, ever since then, I feel like Inter Milan haven't been a force to reckon with, and it's always interesting to see a team like that sack a manager who's got them as close as they'll ever be to being the team that they once were, you know? He's still in the Europa League. He's like, he could still win a trophy and get you third in the Serie A. I don't understand. It's strange.
Yeah.
But that's just the world we live in, I guess.
The quality of play he's got there, I think, is improving a little. And he's brought the best out of Sanchez. Didn't know anyone could do that. So big ups to
Speed Tech United is what it is.
Yeah, it's. I was about to say it's the Premier League reject home, but I didn't want to be too disrespectful because I don't want egg on my face 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now, whatever it is. But yeah, shall we get into the predicted XI then for LASK? Lens, you know.
Obviously, we don't have a little thingy-mabop, but we'll just go from position to position.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but yeah.
I'll goalkeeper, I think. You know, of Romero.
Did Malota do this predicted XI, or was it you?
I did it. But we can all just say whoever we will think would start, I guess.
Yeah, you guys can go. GK, Romero, we're all agreeing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No question.
Yeah, I think definitely is keyword. Definitely Romero.
Yeah, true. I mean, that was an easy one. Who do you think is going to play right back then?
I think Foster Mensah will play right back, to be honest. Like I said, I'll take the absolute person. I'll play Foster Mensah in this game. You looked good as well, so it's not even like...
Play as well.
Yeah. So I would play Foster Mensah.
I feel like it has to be Foster Mensah. I feel like even Delo, honestly. I know a lot of people don't like him, but if he played up, you're okay for this game. I feel like if he played Wan-Bissaka, all would be mad, considering how many games this guy's played, and we've seen the lack of rest has affected him.
Yeah, and you 5-0 up. It's like you don't even need, like, you're okay. You're okay. If they go 3-0 up, okay, then put him on. Okay, if you're that scared. and somehow they go 3-0 up, put him on there.
The drop on Shonny's jaw is going to be bigger than the drop from the top of Mount Everest to the floor if Manchester United lose that game. And Wan-Bissaka's warming up on the touchline. With 10
Honestly,
minutes to go.
I think we might see Dallo and see Fasamense in a different position in the back line.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on with Dallo at the moment. Mandem's been linked to teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid, and some people are saying this guy's the next star and we should give him a chance. Others are saying, I don't care who's linked to him. Let's go. They can take it.
I mean, like, you know,
They'll
he's
become a
going to have to
star
compete with Aaron. And Aaron, for me, is one of the best right backs, probably the second best right back in the world at the moment. So,
Look,
it's late. He could be great, but it's late.
I think he's in an unfortunate position. Unfortunate position, to be honest, because he doesn't get game time, so he doesn't get to show us what he's really good at. But I think going forward, he has a lot of potential. Like, he's a natural going forward. He can cross the ball. He's considerably quick. It's just defensively, he's not that great.
That's the problem with Delo, though. That's the problem with Delo. You're a right back, but you can't defend. Like, if we played with wing backs, he would be perfect, but we don't.
Yeah.
You know, we play with two fullbacks, and that's the problem with Delo. I think a very good point was made on the United Stand, a show they did a couple of days ago, and somebody said that the problem with Delo is fundamentally as a defender, he just ain't good enough. Like, he just ain't good enough compared to what we've got. And offensively, we don't really need him because we've got an amazing front three. We've got a beautiful, beautiful midfield on their day. And Wan-Bissaka's decent. He's improving. Like, I'll take Wan-Bissaka going forward if I have him on defense. So that's the problem with Delo.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't help being good going forward, dude. We're not trying to build a Trent 2.0, fam. We're not serving out assists from the right back position. So, but anyways, I digress. Who are you going with in the centre back pairing? Then this should be interesting because, I mean, if he's going to take the piss, if he's really, really going to take the piss and Captain England is actually not going to play, I want to hear who you guys think will play. Because, last time I checked, Twanzebe is still injured. But anyways.
I think Lindelof and Baye will play. I think that'll be the centre-back pairing he'll get. I think this time, like, you know, Captain America, Captain England, Captain Manchester United, surely he won't play. Again, I won't be surprised. I think Maguire could play. But I think one of either Maguire or Lindelof won't play. So I'm hoping to see Lindelof and Baye.
Fam, you're going to see the slab head, fam, with the tape wrapped around his bloody head, fam, with the green armband. You're like, man, what are you doing?
I wouldn't be surprised because that's the only guy I have doubts about. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that.
He's going to be there with his injections and painkillers before the game. Who are you going with then, Rita?
Like, he's probably going to play Maguire, but like, he'd be mad too because this guy's he's played so many games. It's ridiculous. So, look, I'm gonna give all of the benefit of the doubt and say he is going to take the piss. I'm going to go with Fasamense and Eric Bailly.
No, you can't. Yeah, maybe that's plausible. Actually, I never thought of that combo. But
no, wait, if Fasamense is playing centre back, who are you going to play right back? Or did I miss something?
Delo.
Delo. Oh, okay.
Is Williams not fit? What about Williams?
Williams is going to be my left back.
Oh.
Well, if Williams is going to be your right back, then okay, interesting. Well, we'll just have to see who your left back is. Or am I
right back was Fasamense.
Yeah. I mean, Reds is right back. Who's your right back then? If Williams is your right back, I'm interested to hear your left back. But is he?
I was gonna say Williams is my left back, but then I didn't know he was out. So, look, what I'll say, I think Fast will play. I'm not sure where, but I think he might play midfield or left back, and maybe he might give Shaw a run because he was a bit injured.
Okay, so you're going with Fasamense left back and Shaw right back, or the other way around.
I guess Shaw left back and Fasamense in centre back.
Centre back, then who's your right back? That's what I'm asking.
Delo.
Oh, yeah, I was right. He's going with Delo. Damn.
I'll be very surprised if that happened. Yeah, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, I've got poor connection now, so if I cut out, just bear with me. But who are you going in CDM then?
Oh, I'll tell you. It literally just slipped my mind. I tell you now. I wrote it down. But I think I chose.
Yes, leave it.
Oh no, I remember it. I think I did put Gaima down initially, but then I was thinking about it. I was like, I doubt it. So I think why not? Because they deserve it. Fred and McTominay should play there. I think they will. I think those two, they played well this season, so why not let them play there? And I have faith in them to clutch out the game like that. So yeah, I'll play Fred and McTominay.
Yeah, I think giving Fred a bit of minutes is actually very important ahead of next season, actually. So, fair play, fair play.
Fred and McTominay is who I pick.
Now I feel like Freddie McTominay would feel a bit insulted if they didn't play in this game. It's not that big, and they need game time now. If they're back up to Pogba and Bruno, they have to play in this game, or Pogba and Matic. So Freddie McTominay.
Yeah. All right, who are you going with the other midfielder then? I guess this is
Mata.
Bruno / Pogba. Oh, Mata.
Just Mata. Yeah, I'm picking the
Guys,
proper.
clearly, I don't know football. I don't know football.
Yeah, I'm playing Mata at 10. Like, sure, come on. Take the piss,
Yeah,
rest
I mean,
everyone.
he's on
Mata
200
can do a
grand per
job.
week. If you can't use him now, if you can't use him now, when are you going to use him? He's on 200 grand per week. He's the father of the club.
Yeah, so I'll put Mata at Bruno's position in the 10.
Yeah, makes sense there. Who are you going with, Red?
Interesting. Look, I don't know if I'm going to put Matt. I think Lingard will play, but I'm not sure where. In the 10 or on the wing. I think Matt might play on the right because he's done that a couple of times in the Europa League. So I'm going to go Lingard in the 10.
Sorry, I have to mount my camera just to do this, in memory of our favorite United player.
I'll never. I wasn't even sure you put it like that. Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Left wing. That's like my favorite thing to do. Lingard has given me so many memories, guys.
Now, left wing is interesting because I would play Dan James. I would, like I said, I would take the proper piss, but I don't see it happening. So I think Rashford will play. I think Rashford will be my left winger.
Hey, he's also another captain, Loki. Maguire 2.0.
And I think, I was thinking about Rashford. Obviously, he's he just came back after a long injury. Maybe he wants to work in it, get extra minutes. So it's a great game, and it's a more relaxed game for him. So yeah, maybe Rashford will play. I would love to see Dan James though.
And I agree. I think it will be the anomaly in the team, and I think it will be Marcus Rashford.
I mean, God forbid, touch wood, but Marcus Rashford could blow his foot off and have a prosthetic leg, and he'll still be there. I want to do my best for United. I'm there. But anyways, who do you think is the best striker then? Igalo, probably.
Igalo, yeah, definitely for me, Igalo will be our striker.
If he can't play 90 minutes against LASK,
And I think he will. I think, and again, I think Oli likes him. He's done every time he starts a game, he scores a goal. So I think Odion will play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And it's the type. I'm expecting a good game from him. I don't know. It's just that type of Igalo game. So I'm gonna give it to Igalo.
Bruno's going to cross it over and he's going to score the volley of a lifetime because it's LASK, like he did in the first leg. Who do you think is going to play right wing then? I'm guessing Dan James, possibly Greenwood, possibly. I mean, Greenwood is still a young player, so I wouldn't be surprised.
My man, my son, Mason Greenwood, will have to. I'll definitely play him. This guy is in contention to get the top goal scoring Golden Boot for Europa League. I think he is young. He won't burn out. He freaking looks like he wants to play every game. So I think the Europa League game, every Europa League game from now to however how we go, he'll play all of them. And I would make Greenwood play all of them. Especially if Sancho coming in, because, who knows what would happen with him there. So you might as well play. And I think he's freaking more than enough quality to play in this. So without a doubt, I'll play Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's part of the first team setup now. And I think he likes to rest Greenwood, I've noticed, when he gets the chance. So I think it'll be Dan James. And Greenwood will probably play the rest of the games.
Yeah, like what's his name? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I even forgot his name. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer loves wrapping up Greenwood like I don't even know, like his best trophy. That's just putting it there on display. Whenever he needs it, he pulls it out. But anyways, yeah. I think we've covered all the important talking points surrounding Manchester United season. One last question: if we do win the Europa League, and obviously we came third, we made 2 semi-finals. Would that boost your opinion of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in any way? Because a trophy, 2 semi-finals, third place, I tell you what.
It'll boost my thinking of Ole, because then it shows that he has he's got what it takes to win a trophy. No matter what the team is, he won the trophy. And even if the pressure's on and we had to win just to get Champions League, again, a trophy is a trophy. And this is a big trophy for me, so I would want him to win it. And yeah, I would think more improved. And then just my score prediction, I think even if we take the purse, we should win 2-1.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we've seen a lot of managers come into the Premier League, come to United, and not get. I know it's just one season, but not get the type of consistency. I mean, Poch didn't win a trophy. Van Gaal couldn't win the Europa League. So I think if he finishes third best team in England and wins a trophy, I think you have to give it to Ole. And he looks like he's a big team manager, and he looks like he knows what he's doing. But we'll see. So, yeah, it definitely will. And prediction, I'm going to go 2-0 United.
Interesting. 2-0 United. Yeah, that has been your predicted XI. That has been your last Lens preview. That has been your transfer show, whatever you want to call it. That has been your Manchester United versus Last Lens preview, the second leg. It's a null and void game. Obviously, Manchester United have got 3 games, bar the one tomorrow, en route to the final of the Europa League. And then, of course, we go straight into next season. I think the teams that are playing in the Europa League and Champions League in England will start their season later rather than sooner. And they won't start at the same time as everybody else, which is just an interesting thing to take away. If you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, leave a like on the video. Please do subscribe if you are new. We're trying to grow a genuine fan community. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at Shawnee325 on Twitter. You can at him. You can engage with him. I'm at MTG on Twitter. On Instagram, at M Football. I'm not sure if Shawnee is very active on Instagram, but at Shawnee325 if you want to follow
I'm
me
active.
there.
I just don't post. Yeah.
Yeah, actually. So at Red Devils Africa on Instagram as well. And then at, I think it's Ritabile Mloto on Instagram. I'm not sure if you're active.
Yeah, Ritabile_Mloto.
There we go. So
it'll be in the description below.
Please give us a follow. Yes, sir. But yeah, that has been a good show, boys. It's been a good show. Enjoy the rest of your day. And please stay safe. Peace out. My phone is in the red zone.